Today we're going to be doing a 5X racing shifter rebuild for the Miata here, because while I've been driving around I've been feeling some play while shifting through gears, and I feel like it's time for a fresh rebuild. My car here's got 219,000 miles on her, so it is time for some maintenance. You know, while this is not necessarily a mod that you're going to see, it's certainly one you're going to feel, and it's going to make your life feel a whole lot better while you're driving this thing. This is the old shift boot that we had on the car. Nothing too wrong with it. Looks like it's, been on there a while, so excited to put new one on there. This one's actually from the NC Miata. Apparently they've upgraded it since then. You can feel the difference. Interesting thing to note though here is that it looks like the bushing here has already been replaced because they came plastic from the factory. And this one already looks like it is bronze, which is the exact same as what we bought to replace. So maybe that's not the issue then. This was the replacement for the lower shift boot. This has been replaced before, but it is starting to crack. So something we're gonna have to get off and replace anyway. Just gonna cut towards myself because that's smart and safe. So this just goes through here, comes out, replace that for this guy, and then the wave spring here comes out, and we're left with just the shifter assembly itself. Since we got a new one, we're gonna go ahead and take out this anti-rotation bushing underneath it and popping it out. There you have it. The old anti-rotation bushing and the new one. Nothing too crazy here, but should make a little bit of a difference. Go ahead and just pop that right in. Bingo. Easy install. This lower bushing is seen some wear. It kind of looks like it is disintegrated a little bit. So I think that might be playing into why it feels so sloppy, and it's going to be good to replace that. Yeah, there she is. So yeah, it has seen better days, and it's gonna be good to get a fresh one in there. That oil is pretty dark. Looks like it needs to be replaced. So I got this handy dandy fluid extractor. I'm gonna go ahead and suck this up. Suck! All right, let's go ahead and take that out. Yeah, that is black. This is GL4 fluid. Pretty typically, you're going to use GL5 fluid for things like transmission and differential, but for some reason in the Mazda, it prefers and does better with the GL4, so we're using this MT90, and it should work pretty well. So we saw what it looked like when it was coming out of the turret there, and this is what fresh oil looks like. So clearly different color entirely. It'd be good to get some fresh stuff in there. All right, so this is the 5X Racing bronze shifter bushing. And as we saw when we took it out, kind of looks like this has already been replaced by a previous owner. One thing to note, when you're buying a car that's had 10 previous owners, some things might get lost. Someone must have done this down the line but the guy that I bought it from had no idea that this had been done before. So that's just part of the process. I'm not strong enough to open plastic by myself. Slight differences here. Just one's a little bit newer, but this one still looks pretty serviceable. So if you want it, hit us up in the comments. All right, so this is going to go inside the shifter turret, and then we've got some other shims and wave springs that we're going to put in the car. So let's get to it. This shim here, that's going to be the first thing that goes inside, just right in there. And then we have a non-tabbed wave washer, so you can see it's not perfectly straight. It'll go in right above that shim. We have this lower bushing. It's got a notch here because it corresponds with the notch right there. So just go ahead and put that notch right underneath this one. And it is a one-way fit, so if it's not perfect, it will not go in. Oh, sounds like it popped itself in there. Perfect. Take our bushing here and go ahead and just put it right into the turret itself. It's a pretty tight fit.
That's what she said.
We are going to fill her up with oil. I gotta go get the oil. Aha! Alright, so now we got that MT90. I'm going to go ahead and fill this turret up with oil. Should be nice and satisfying watching this. Get some fresh oil. It's supposed to be just above the shelf here. The anti-rotation bushing here lines up with that little notch there. So there's really only one way this can go in. We're just going to go ahead and stick her in there, and we should hear a little pop when it goes into the bronze bushing. And then we have another wave spring. It's got tabs on it, corresponds to these. So go ahead and put these little tabs where they go on this guy. Very good. And go ahead and put that over top. Nice and flush. Looks good.
Always make noise when I sit down.
Yeah. Perfect. WD.
Slide.
Ooh. And now it should theoretically slide. Whoa! Perfect. Back in place. Get some bolts in there. And we are halfway home. Here's our shift boot. The new one. Nice, heavy. Feels good. Alright, we're gonna go ahead. This is the heat guard, and for right now it is very important because a lot of heat comes out of this area. Because you got, when we had this taken apart, you could see the header just right next to the transmission tunnel. So that goes around, this goes over top, and yeah. We're gonna roll through the gears here and just make sure everything feels good. So yeah, everything feels a lot more notchy, a lot more put together. I think biggest improvement there is gonna be having the fresh oil in there, but also, you know, having that lower boot put back together is probably gonna help as well. So I'm pretty happy with it. Let's take it for a test drive.